Well, I'm back in the UK. I've been in Sweden over the last almost a week. Uh, I'm sick at the moment. You can probably hear it on my voice. I'm struggling a little bit today, which is why I'm going to be doing a Operation Arsenal on the Everton game, which of course was played on Sunday. So it's a little bit late, but I picked up a cold out there and I was on a break, all right, and I thought, you know what, I will just talk about the game when I get back, when I feel better. So I'm feeling a bit better today. There isn't going to be a Sunderland episode until maybe Friday. I know, it's really bad, but I never ever take breaks from YouTube. Okay, I've done this for over 10 years now. January 30th that just went by was my 10-year anniversary, and it's very, very rare that I take 4 days off. Okay, so I apologize. I just want to get back to feeling my best. Let me talk about this really quick before we get into the video. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I'm sure a lot of people know that. I got it when I was 15. It's just really unlucky. My immune system is crap. I pick up everything. So whenever I fly or whenever I'm just tired and I'm out and about, I just pick things up. And it just completely destroys my body for a few days because my immune system is so weak. So the cold I get, if I give it to someone else, they'll be fine within a few days. It just takes me a little bit longer. So I'm just going to do today's review on the Everton game, and then tomorrow I will do the Olympiacos game, and then Friday, hopefully I'll be back to 100%. And we'll get back into the road to glory with Sunderland, which I'm really missing right now. But I had a lovely time in Sweden. It was a nice little break. Saw the in-laws. Did some 3D printing. Look at this. 3D printed MGH logo. How about that? Very cool indeed. Let's talk about the game against Everton because I did watch it. I was going to do a review over there. I took my laptop, webcam, microphone, everything. Just didn't feel good. So it was a really interesting game, wasn't it? Because there were moments of just despair. Conceding in the first minute, when that happened, I just could not believe it. I thought, you know, the one thing that could make me feel better right now is an Arsenal win, and we're conceding in the first minute. I mean, come on. It was such a bad goal to concede. Kolasinac, mate, what were you doing? Oh, it made me so angry when I saw that. Just complete moronic defending, really, wasn't it? Is that the word I'm looking for? Moronic? I think it's quite fitting. So we go 1-0 down. Thankfully, of course, we were able to turn it around because we've won the game 3-2 in the end. But let's talk about the lineup. What I'm going to do is just bring up the lineup to refresh my memory because it has been obviously a few days. But we went with Nketiah up top, which at the time I wasn't too impressed with because, look, I get it. Nketiah's got a great future, right? But we've got Aubameyang. Okay, let's play Aubameyang up front. But in the end, it didn't matter because Aubameyang still got his 2 goals. So the lineup, Leno in goal, of course, Bellerin, Mustafi, David Luiz and Kolasinac, who of course came off injured quite early on, which was a shame. But then Saka came on and did the business. Ceballos next to Xhaka in midfield with Pepe, Ozil, Aubameyang and Nketiah up front on his own. Look, it's not a bad lineup, don't get me wrong, but I'm just kind of fed up with seeing Aubameyang on the wing. We've got probably the best striker in the Premier League right now based on, well, maybe it's difficult. You've got Vardy, haven't you? I guess he's at the top as well. So it's difficult to call that out. But for sure, one of the top 5 strikers in world football, Aubameyang, sitting out on the wings. So when I saw the lineup, I thought, okay, that's a shame. We went 1-0 down. And I just thought, what are we doing here? Like, why? But he still got his 2 goals and he got man of the match. Aubameyang was absolutely incredible on Sunday. He really was, because it's not just about the goals he scores, the assists he may provide, or just being a general threat, right? It's the work rate. It's the fact that he did cover for Saka a lot. He was getting back and defending, which is mind-blowing when you think about it. Aubameyang isn't a typical striker like that. You know, you don't expect to see Aubameyang defending, right? You wouldn't have expected that a few years ago when he was at Dortmund or wherever. So to see him doing that for Arsenal is definitely strange, and Arteta spoke about it after the game. He openly admitted that Aubameyang is the most important player at the club, which you don't actually hear managers say very often. You don't hear them single out players like that, but he literally said, Aubameyang is our most important player. We are going to do everything we can to keep him. And the fact that he was just incredible when it comes to just sheer work rate, to get back. And he said that he didn't think he had it in him. And I guess now he's been proven wrong. Aubameyang is my captain. He just is. I'm still sad about what happened with Granit Xhaka. all of those months ago, because he is captain's material. He really is. He is captain material. But Aubameyang has done so well since taking over the armband, and he fits it. He fits it really well, and he's just he should be idolised by everyone at the club. I'm sure he is. He's by far our best player, and he has carried us on his back for the last 18 months at least. So super pleased with his performance. But I mentioned Nketiah starting up top, and he got us back in the game. And guess who gets the assist? Of course, it is Saka, who is our top player right now. I mean, he's not even a left back, and he's outperforming most left backs in the Premier League. It's just unbelievable to me that a player so young can look so experienced and as if he's been playing for years in that position. It's going to be strange when Tierney comes back, because of course we've signed him last summer, and we haven't really seen the best of him. He's clearly a bit injury prone, but we're used to that. He's going to get back into this side, and he's going to have to play very, very well to dislodge Saka, because if Saka's not playing at left back, where does he play? Aubameyang up front, Saka on the left, I guess. That's probably what I would go with. And then I'm thinking to myself, what about Martinelli? Why do we have so many good players in just one position? You know, Martinelli, I guess we could play him up front and Aubameyang on the left. It's really a good thing, but it's a really difficult thing to manage. And I'm sure Arteta will have many headaches selecting that left side. Let's talk about David Luiz and Mustafi. Now, I just want to say, because I think I saw a tweet, it was pretty funny. Who would have thought in 2020 we would have Mustafi and David Luiz playing at the back and doing well? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, these two players, they're kind of the clowns of football in the Premier League. You know, you're looking at Mustafi, who is one of the most, what's the word I'm looking for? My brain isn't working at the moment. Error prone, I guess, is a good way of saying it. He's one of the most error prone defenders I've seen in an Arsenal shirt, but boy, has he turned it around since Arteta came in. I'm so pleased that Mustafi is getting a run of games, and actually in those games performing very, very well. He is, at the moment, our best central defender, which blows my mind. The fact that David Luiz as well is having such a good time under Arteta. What an assist he got for Aubameyang. Really lovely pass through the whole team, pretty much. So I'm super impressed with Mustafi, and long may it continue, because he's still in the prime of his career. He's not old, he's not young, but why wouldn't he be playing well at this point? You know, he's got to live up to that hype he had. You know, he won the World Cup with Germany, having not played so much. But when we bought him from Valencia, we all thought we got ourselves an absolute bargain, right? 35 million euros, was it? And he just didn't. No, he was rubbish. He was absolutely terrible. He became a meme at the club. But now he is arguably one of our best defenders, which is brilliant. And that goes to show, I think Gary Neville said it a few weeks ago, and even I've said it in the past, that players like him are just uncoachable, that they're never going to be superior defenders. But it just proves that's not true. You can train anyone mentally to be a better player, right? Sure, they can be held back physically. Maybe their intelligence isn't as high as it needs to be, but Mustafi has improved a lot under Arteta, and I think that says a lot about Arteta. The fact that he's come in and he has clearly worked on our defence. Now, I know he conceded 2 against Everton, but before that we had many clean sheets in a row, which was really good to see. And I'm okay with conceding goals if we can outscore them, right? And that's exactly what we did. I thought Leno had a very hot and cold game, moments where he was absolutely fantastic. And then that second goal that Everton scored, I'm sorry, but that was pretty bad. But he admitted it himself, which is really nice to hear from a goalkeeper. You know, the guy asking the question said, you know, could you have done better on the second goal? And he said, yeah, it was my bad, you know. And imagine being a goalkeeper and having to answer questions like that a lot. You know, it's very, very difficult to be a goalkeeper in modern football, because everyone's eyes are on you. Same with being defenders. When you're a midfielder or an attacker, you can kind of get away with making mistakes. You know, if you're an attacker and you miss an open goal, sure, that's embarrassing, but it might not cost you the game like a mistake at the back would, or in that case where Leno could have saved a pretty easy shot on goal, but it goes in. It's difficult, and I love Leno's honesty, And he is, without doubt, I think one of the best signings we've made in a long time. Less than 20 mil. It's a very good bit of business. I think, in general, I think Emery did pretty well with transfers. You know, you think Torreira, Guendouzi is already worth apparently 50 million euros. Not quite sure I would pay that if I was an external club right now, but 50 million, it's a lot of money, but great signing, of course. I think he did okay. Leno is definitely a great signing as well, and Tierney, I think, will come good, and David Luiz has done well. So there are some signings that Emery made that I really do think were pretty good. Obviously, some might not do so well. What is going to happen with Torreira? Because, again, he's missed out. He's come on in the second half, late on. Apparently had a bit of a stomach bug. But if Ceballos is going to be starting next to Xhaka, what do we do with Torreira? And it's a really tough one. He hasn't hit the heights that I think he hit last season. There were some games, I remember the Tottenham game. I think there's many occasions where Torreira literally was our best midfielder, but this season we just haven't quite seen that. So it'll be interesting to see how that progresses. Because for me right now, Xhaka and Ceballos probably get in the team. You know, Ceballos was absolutely fantastic. So it's a difficult one. And last but not least, I want to talk about Pepe, because again, he's getting involved more. He got himself an assist, and I really do like Pepe, and I think he will come good. It hasn't been the best start to his career, but I'm very, very pleased to see him now being a bit more consistent, scoring or assisting games in a row. He just needs to keep going, just keep doing what he's doing. And I'm sure that, you know, this time next year we'll be talking about a completely different player. But anyway, I'm going to stop here because my brain is just mush right now. I would love to sit here for 3 hours playing FIFA, talking at the same time, and then do a bunch of editing. But I don't have the mental capacity right now. I just need to relax. So hopefully you guys understand. There'll be another review tomorrow, and then Sunderland Road to Glory will be back on Friday. But it is good to be back home. I always miss doing my YouTube stuff. It is just what I do. I love it. So thank you guys for the patience. I understand it's a little bit annoying if there's a series that you really enjoy watching, but I want the videos to be good. You know, this isn't, and I'll be honest, this isn't a good video, is it really? I'm just talking and I'm waffling again now. This is what happens when I'm tired. Thank you so much for watching this review. I was worried I would completely miss out on the Everton game and not do a review, because I haven't missed an Operation Arsenal episode in 3 seasons, okay? So I'm glad I was able to do it. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.